Hello guys, Nemox here, and today we are diving into What If Naruto Was an Uchiha Part 4. Before I start, I would like to say some sad news. Due to school, the upload schedule will now be changed to once per week. Probably on a Saturday or a Sunday, and yeah. So without further ado, let's start. 3 days after the Nine Tails incident. As a result of the Nine Tails incident, many buildings were destroyed and numerous lives were lost. Village morale was extremely low. Everyone in the village either mourned for their loved ones or tried their best to recover from the financial deficit. Fortunately, the village council foresaw these disasters and saved a hefty amount of funds to reactivate the village. All the villagers who were affected by this disaster were relocated and taken care of. Funds were given to them so they could rebuild what they lost. Village life resumes as normal for about the first 2 days, but soon the news of the fourth Hokage's death spread like wildfire. For many, losing a Hokage was like losing a pillar of defense. It was never something to be taken lightly, especially during a time where wars between villages were common. Due to this unfortunate setback, the now retired third Hokage had now to resume the position again until a new Hokage could be found. During this time, life for the Uchiha clan seemed bleak. After the incident, many Uchiha clan members worried about their future position in the village. With their clan chief Fugaku bedridden and the absence of their greatest supporter Minato, many young Uchihas feared that the village might kick them out. What made things worse was that the fact that many council members believed that the disaster was caused by them. Because of this fact, tension between the Uchiha clan and the village thickened once again. In the central hospital. Huh? Where am I? Fugaku says as he slowly regains consciousness. Wait, where are the others? I don't see them here. Oh no, did they? Fugaku thinks as he jolts up, searching for Mikoto and the newborns. Don't worry, the children are safe. They are with your wife back at the Uchiha compound, the third Hokage said as he walked into the room. Lord Third, what happened? How long was I out? Fugaku asks with concern. After hearing this question, Lord Third then explains the situation the village is in, as Fugaku wasn't present during the attack. He also tells Fugaku that he was out for 3 days straight. What? The Nine Tails was being controlled by Uchiha? Fugaku examines, putting the pieces in his mind together. He realizes that this disaster was all caused by that masked man. After addressing Fugaku's concerns about how the Uchiha controlling the Nine Tails wasn't revealed to the public, Fugaku calmed down and started to share his story. Understanding Fugaku's story, the third Hokage decides to change the subject. My actual reason of being here is actually to talk about where Naruto goes. At first, I planned for Naruto to live at the orphanage, but after seeing all the fun he was having with Sasuke at the Uchiha compound, I couldn't bear to separate them, the third Hokage said. Will you accept the responsibilities of taking care of the new Nine Tails Jinchuriki and the fourth son? He asked Fugaku. Yes, of course. I've always planned to take care of Naruto. I made a promise to Kushina and Minato, and I'm not breaking it, Jinchuriki or not, Fugaku replies with determination. Good, but this can only happen on 3 terms. First, you must never reveal Naruto's real parents to him, or the fact that he is the Jinchuriki, as this is going to be classified as an S-rank secret. Second, if anyone asks for his identity, you will reply by saying he is fraternal twins with Sasuke. Third, you must treat Naruto as your own son and train him to become a shinobi. Will you abide by these terms? The third Hokage questions, in a serious tone. Yes, of course, I will treat him well, Fugaku promised. Good. I've already told Mikoto about this already when I visited, and you seem like you're in good condition now. You should probably go back to your clan. Your wife has her hands full answering the clan's concerns, the third says, as he exits the room. Few minutes later at the Uchiha compound. After discussing with the third Hokage, Fugaku quickly left the hospital and rushed back home to the Uchiha compound. As soon as he entered the front gate, Fugaku was met with his clan, all who were extremely confused and were searching for answers. Why were you gone for so long? Asked an Uchiha. Did you see the eyes on the Nine Tails? It was the Sharingan. What should we do? Asked another. Do you know who did this? Asked another Uchiha. The questions continued until Fugaku said in a booming voice, I understand if you have questions, but now is not the time to answer them. Tomorrow, I'll be holding a council meeting with the elders. Then, I will be able to answer your questions. Fugaku then rushes home, worried for his family. especially the 5 years old Itachi, who had been left alone during the Nine Tails attack. Fugaku arrived at his house to see Itachi sleeping beside the two infants. Phew, thank God. They're still okay, Fugaku whispers out as he tiptoes back to his office, only to see Mikoto there sleeping as well. It must have been extremely tiring to do all my work while taking care of the newborns, Fugaku thinks, as he carries her to bed. Sleep nicely, Mikoto, whispers Fugaku. After putting Mikoto to bed, Fugaku went back to his office and finished the rest of the paperwork as a clan head. By the time he finished, it was already 7 p.m., so Fugaku thought it would be a great idea to do something nice for his family by cooking a huge feast. Fugaku then entered the kitchen and tried to cook, but every time the food either came out tasteless or charred black. Eventually, after many attempts and emptying the pantry and fridge, Fugaku ultimately gave up and decided to just buy the food. Once he got home, he immediately set up the table and distributed the food. Once everything was ready, Fugaku went to wake up everyone. Mikoto was the first to arrive at the kitchen and was astonished by all the food that was on the table. Wow, Fugaku, you really mastered the art of cooking. These dishes look superb, examined Mikoto. Fugaku, after hearing his wife's compliments, felt bad and decided to tell her the truth. Actually, I tried to cook, hence the warm stovetop ingredients, but ultimately I failed and decided to buy takeout, Fugaku said, looking guilty. Mikoto, realizing the truth, just laughed and went to wake up the kids. After entering the bedroom, Mikoto saw Itachi sleeping beside the two newborn babies on the floor, and decided that the babies probably needed more sleep than food, so she left them to sleep. I would wake up them later. For now, let's just give them some rest, thinks Mikoto, as she walks to Itachi. Itachi, after being woken up by Mikoto, understood her thoughts and quietly placed each baby inside their individual crates and left the room. Not even 2 steps out, the cries from Naruto and Sasuke echoed through the house. Itachi, being the caring and older brother he is, walked back in the room and, unlike Fugaku, was able to calm the two down. After the crying stopped, Itachi put the 2 babies in the same crate and left. The moment he did, the babies fell sound asleep. Dinner went well between the family members. During dinner, Itachi and Mikoto filled Fugaku in on the events within the clan during his coma, and asked questions on how the clan will operate in the near future. Fugaku, having really little time to think, just shrugged off the questions and said that it will be answered during the council meeting tomorrow. The night ended peacefully, with Fugaku leaving for bed early and Mikoto along with Itachi cleaning things up before heading to bed. The next morning, it was 6 in the morning. Everyone was sound asleep until... Wah! Wah! Both Naruto and Sasuke cry in unison, waking up everyone. Yawn! Why are they crying now? Fugaku thinks as he slowly gets out of bed. Fugaku, along with Mikoto, walked out of the room to see Itachi already with the babies, who just seemed to cry louder and louder as time went on. I think they are crying because they're hungry, Itachi says as he looms over Naruto and Sasuke's bed. Hungry? Why would they be hungry? There was more than enough food yesterday. Oh, Fugaku says, until he remembers that the baby's gone to bed and hadn't eaten dinner last night. They must be starving. We might as well make breakfast now. My meeting's at 7, so my schedule won't be too messed up, but you guys should go back to sleep. I can handle the kids, says Fugaku. Mikoto, knowing how Fugaku is with kids, replied, No, it's okay. I'll make breakfast. Fugaku, you can prepare the materials for your meeting. I bet the clan will have many questions. I'll stay up as well, Itachi says, seeming extremely energetic. Thank you, Itachi, Mikoto says, rubbing her eyes. The 3 Uchihas, after the discussion, split up and start doing their individual tasks. Mikoto runs down to the kitchen and starts preparing breakfast. Fugaku goes back into his office preparing what he would say at the meeting, and Itachi stays with Naruto and Sasuke taking care of them for the time being. At around 6:30, the baby's breakfast was ready, and the delicious aroma of the food penetrated the building walls, enticing the hungry baby's appetite. The babies, with their stomachs rumbling, were now craving for the food. Itachi, understanding the baby's needs, quickly ran down to the kitchen and grabbed 2 bowls of oatmeal and rushed back to the babies. With spoons in both hands, Itachi simultaneously fed both Naruto and Sasuke. Soon, After both babies were fed, they immediately fell asleep again, and the house became quiet. Itachi, after cleaning their messy face, laid both Naruto and Sasuke back in their shared crates, and left for his breakfast. Breakfast continued as normal, except that they were all tired. Right after breakfast, Itachi, being only 5 years old, went right back to bed and passed out. The children are finally asleep, Fugaku says, with a fulfilled look. Yeah, and Itachi has really grown up. At 5, he's already acting as better parents than us, Mikoto replied. Yes, that's true, Fugaku says. I'm so proud of Itachi. He's surely going to become a great ninja one day. Also, how does he get those kids to sleep or do anything? Maybe I'll ask him someday. But now, on the topic of the babies, what do you think their first words are gonna be? Ah, who I'm kidding. Of course it's gonna be my name, Fugaku says in a taunting tone. What? No way. Their first words are gonna be my name, Mikoto answers. Oh yeah? If you're so confident, why don't we make a bet on it? Whoever loses has to change their diapers forever. Or until they grow out of it, Fugaku bets. I'll take on that bet, because it's obvious I'm going to win. If you don't want to be changing their diapers, then you better back out. Huh, we'll just see about that, Fugaku smirks. Yeah, we'll see about that, Mikoto answers fiercely. Anyway, it's almost time for my council meeting, so I better get going now, Fugaku says as he leaves the house to meet the Uchiha clan heads. At the Uchiha meeting, the meeting started at 7 a.m. sharp in the secret underground Uchiha facility. Okay, I've gathered you all today because I would like to discuss the future of the Uchiha clan along with answering any of your concerns. I will start with the questions. Who wants to ask first, says Fugaku, facing the most important members of the Uchiha clan. Leader Fugaku, I would like to ask about what you plan for the clan now that the 4th Hokage is gone, asked an Uchiha elder. As you may all know, Uchiha Minato was a great friend of mine, and so was his wife. I believe that the clan should operate as normal and continue to strengthen our bond with the village, as I believe this is what Minato would have wanted, answered Fugaku. How do you expect us to operate normally when the village council is suspecting us for the Nine-Tails attack? Many Leaf Shinobi along with our clan members saw the Sharingan eyes on the Nine-Tails, asked another Uchiha elder. I've already dealt with this. The 3rd Hokage has promised me that this information shall not be leaked to the public and will stay between the council and high-ranked shinobi only, answered Fugaku. Are there any more questions? Asks Fugaku. The meeting then quiets down, with the worries of the Uchiha clan members eased. Okay, now that we're done with the question and answer portion of the meeting, let's proceed to my plan for the village. Even though the Sharingan eyes during the Nine-Tails attack isn't going to be released to the public, that doesn't mean the council won't look into this matter. Most definitely, the council will send people to investigate all of you, where and what you were doing during the attack. From now on, I don't want any reports of misbehaving or suspicious Uchihas in the village. For now at least, our clan needs to stay low and not involve ourselves with critical matters. Is that understood? Asked Fugaku in an assertive voice. Yes, clan leader, all the Uchiha elders replied. Good. Then this meeting is adjourned, says Fugaku. 1 year later. During this past year, Itachi would spend most of his day beside Naruto and Sasuke caring for them. Naruto and Sasuke slept together every day and shared everything they got with each other. They were inseparable. The day starts on Naruto and Sasuke's first birthday. Happy birthday, Naruto and Sasuke! Fugaku and Mikoto and Itachi all say in unison. The whole family was stationed around the dining table with a huge cake in the middle. The cake was a fruit cake made extra soft so babies could eat them, and had words Happy Birthday Naruto and Sasuke written on it. The two babies, Naruto and Sasuke, after seeing the huge sweet on the table, started flailing their arms in a frenzy as they tried to reach for it. No, you can't eat yet. You need to make a wish first or at least blow out the candles, said Mikoto. Not really understanding what Mikoto was saying, the two babies moved their arms even faster, eventually to the point where the candles were fanned out. I guess this is okay, said Mikoto, as Itachi just laughs. Fugaku, deciding that it was time to cut the cake, split the cake into 8 pieces. He then started distributing the cakes. Here you go, but first, say Fugaku, Fugaku says as he was baiting the babies into saying his name. Ukaku, both Naruto and Sasuke say, trying to reach for the cake. No, say Fugaku for cake, Fugaku says while pointing at the slice of cake. Sasuke, Naruto says, looking over to Sasuke. Not Sasuke, Naruto. Say Fugaku, says Fugaku, now turning over to Sasuke to see what he would do. Naruto, says Sasuke, looking back at Naruto. Oh, just give those two the cake. We both lost the bet, said Mikoto, shaking her head in disappointment. Fugaku, after realizing the first name those two said was each other, gave up on winning the bet and handed the two babies their cake. Immediately, once the cakes were within reach, both Naruto and Sasuke stuffed them into their mouths at incredible speed. Before the rest of the family even lifted their forks, Naruto and Sasuke were waving their empty plates, implying they wanted seconds. With everyone's sweat dropping, Fugaku paused and handed those two their seconds. Itachi, along with Fugaku after the birthday celebration, left to train, while Mikoto stayed home looking after the two babies. The two birthday boys, after the cake, were super high on sugar. After crawling around the house a few times, they finally were calm enough to open their gifts. The day ended with the boys playing with their new toys non-stop, both of which were plastic swords. And this is the end of What If Naruto Was an Uchiha Part 4. If you like my content, please like and subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications so you get notified when the next video comes out. Sorry if the video lacked action or was recorded a bit too fast. This is because I don't have much time as I have schoolwork to do and stuff. So yeah. But if you do like the speed I'm speaking at, then please comment that down below so I know what speed to speak at during the next video. This will conclude today's video of What If Naruto Was an Uchiha Part 4. So until next time, see ya!